back, everybody. All right, this is the lesson, the breakdown, and the lesson on what I'm calling Ashiko I, an ensemble. And I've got the notation for you right here, but we're going to get to that in a minute. First, I want to play you all the parts separately. I just played them all into the looper, so we're going to listen. First, we're going to listen, then we're going to learn, then when you're going to do it. And I'll make sure you have everything you need to do that. All right, so here we go. So the first part I laid down, and this is at the top of the notation, is the shaker. Sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's a little unusual because we're playing, instead of going like a and a 1 and a 2, we're playing 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN, 1, 2, da-ti-ti, 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 da-ti-ti. And what does that do? It adds a little bit of syncopation, and I think it adds this cool kind of energy to it. It's kind of like ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba. It's moving forward, but it's got this kind of lift. So ba-ba-ba, 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 ba-ba-ba. Okay, so that's the shaker. You can play that on anything. I'm using maracas. You could play it on a shakere, whatever, anything you want. Next up is the bell, and for this I was using a gankogui. You can use any bell. In this I was playing low and high. Let's listen to it. 1, 2, here's the bell. All right, pretty simple, you guys. Doom, ding, ding, doom. Now, you could play that this way with low and high, right? You could also use a cowbell and play it this way with this as the high and that as the low. There's different ways you can play that. That's a very simple part. Then I believe the next part I introduced was the bass drum, even though it's at the bottom of the score. Let's listen to it. 2, 3, go. All right, pretty straight ahead. What am I using for this? I'm using a dundun drum. This is a dundun. It's a barrel drum. You could use any bass drum. And what makes this rhythm a little bit unique is that, you know, usually we think about the one, like we would play boom, 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 right? Boom, boom, boom. And this switches that around. Also adds a little bit of lift in the first bar. And it's answered by the conga part, which we'll look at next, or the hand drum part. But very simple again. Boom, boom, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Use anything you want. You can even use another hand drum, like a low hand drum for that. Bass drum, floor tom, dundun, surdo, anything you want, right? Just bass drum. All right, the hand drum part, or in this case the conga part, is this. 2, 3, 1. So by far the most complex part in this, I've got the notation here with the handing pattern. Let's look at it together. Here we go. So third line down, we're looking at this, and we're going to play 1, 2, 1 and. I mean, if it's in 4/4, we're going to say 1, 2. This is in cut time. 1 and is a lower sound. You can do a bass, or you could do an open tone. I'm doing open tones right now because I'm doing a kind of closed slap in the upper sound. But you see the low sound is below the line. 2 rights. And then right, left, right, left. 1 and 2 E and 1 and 2 E and. And then the hardest part, right? We have a syncopation. Right, left, 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 right. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. So let's look at that overhead. Right, left, 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 right. So all together, Now I'm adding the tone differentiation, but you don't have to do that right now. You can just do the rhythm. 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Right, 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 left, right, left, right, left, 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 right. Now, why is it that? Why am I playing the handing pattern? I would say sticking pattern, but same thing. The right lefts is what we're referring to when we say sticking pattern or handing pattern, hand pattern in this case. Why? Because as per the usual, that's what I want to say, as per the usual and customary approach to playing hand drum patterns, we're playing the dominant, the steady beat, and even the divided beat, in this case, on our dominant hand, our right hand. If you're left-handed, switch it. But we're playing the down beats, the grounding beats in our dominant hand, and we're playing the syncopated beats, the off beats, the up beats, the in-between beats in our other hand. And that's a good practice. It works in general, not in every instance, but in general, that's a good practice. So that's why we're doing that. Look at the notation again. And I'm gonna layer it in now. Let's go shaker or rattle. 3, 4, 1, 2. Let's add the bell. Let's add the bass drum. Let's add the hand drum. Okay, now, I want to point out one thing. I mentioned this earlier, and that is that there's a very question and answer grounded kind of squareness to the first bar, to the first measure. And that happens in the bass drum and in the hand drum as a response. Doom, doom, deka, deka, right? It's really basically answering, it's outlining the same thing. Boom, boom, ba, 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 ba. Doom, doom, deka, deka. Right, doom, doom, daka, daka. So it's very square, very grounded, very 4 on the floor, literally. And then in the second bar, everything is uplifted. And I want to point out one thing to you. Even though there's syncopation here, listen to the shaker and the bell and what happens with them in the second bar. And now the hand drum. Listen to the hand drum and the shaker. All right, I want to point your attention to the fact that the shaker is supporting the syncopated beats in the second bar. Of course, the shaker is supporting the down beats in the first bar, but it's also supporting the first 2 eighth notes and the last 2 eighth notes of the hand drum in the second bar. Listen again. Here's the bell, shaker, and hand drum. Shaker, here we go. Let's add the bass drum. All right. I'm using a looper for this. If you're interested in that, message me and I'll tell you more about that. Sometimes people want to know about the looper. You guys can grab the notation right below this post. Got a PDF for you. This is a basic ensemble that's suitable for if you exclude the hand drum pattern, 4th grade and up. If you want to do the hand drum pattern, 4th grade can do it. Takes a little bit of work. 5th, 6th, no problem. Or if you have students that have been drumming, doing hand drumming or any kind of drumming for a little while, That should be pretty easy, and it should be pretty easy for you. If it's not, let me know, and I'll help you. You can message me. And thanks for being a patron. I hope you enjoy. Ashiko I, we'll be doing a Groove of the Month, elementary appropriate ensemble every month. All right, enjoy. See you guys soon.